Alright guys, today we're talking about the upcoming new film by the Academy Award-winning director Danny Boyle and Academy Award-nominated writer Alex Garland. It's a part of the supposed trilogy of 28. So, 28 days later, 28 weeks later, and now 28 years later is in development. But what happened to 28 months later? In 2002, Danny Boyle and Alex Garland re-energized the zombie genre with 28 Days Later. Instead of Romero's brain-munching undead, this film's virus specifically targeted the living, stripping them of their civility and leaving them in a state of constant red-eyed rage. The first movie remains a masterpiece, a monstrous yet hopeful allegory for the depths of inhumanity. Its sequel, 28 Weeks Later, lost the prestige of the writer-director duo, but it has perhaps the most blood-chilling, pulse-racing opening sequence of any movie in the 21st century. A new movie was floated as a possibility in 2007. 15 years on, 28 years later, has finally been announced. However, without the title people expected, or Cillian Murphy to star in it. In 2024, we get to see the trailer, while the full movie is scheduled to be released in June 2025. The soundtrack used in the trailer is a poem called Boots, written by Rudyard Kipling in the late 1800s and first published in 1903. It's said to be used in trainings for special forces and even in psychological tortures. The radio record of the reciting by Kipling himself and the disturbing scenes together give me serious chills. And who is that? One of the undead has a serious resemblance with Cillian Murphy. So why is it 28 years later instead of 28 months later? While there hasn't been an official explanation, considering it's been so long since the first two films, 28 years later is a more appropriate continuation. That's not to say it wasn't originally meant to be months later. In 2015, Garland told IGN, "Danny Boyle and producer Andrew McDonald and I have been having quite serious conversations about it, so it is a possibility." He said, "It's more likely to be 28 months than 28 years." In 2023, as part of an oral history for the first movie, Garland told Inverse, "I just thought I'd rather try to write a different story in a different world. But a few years ago, an idea materialized in my head for what would be really 28 years later. Danny always liked the idea," he added. 28 years later has since been announced, and it's intended to launch a new trilogy, but we're not expecting parts 2 and 3 to be called 28 Decades Later and 28 Centuries Later. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Cheers.